Hi, my name is Josh, and I'd like to introduce you to a new patent-pending product called the FreezeFrame. This product is designed to make it easier to freeze and store bulk food purchases. With 4 independent chambers, it allows a large quantity of food to be easily broken down into 4 more manageable servings that will make it easier for you and your family to enjoy the benefit of the efficiencies of bulk food purchasing. So let me show you how the FreezeFrame can help with a situation where you normally have trouble freezing a bulk food item. Last night I made 2 large pots of spaghetti sauce, and I froze one of them the old-fashioned way. I took the sauce out and I put it into a bag. And what do I have now? I have 5 pounds of spaghetti sauce. I don't know about you, but my family doesn't use 5 pounds of spaghetti sauce every time we want spaghetti. So let me show you an easier way to handle your spaghetti sauce using the FreezeFrame. So all you need is 3 things. You need your FreezeFrame, a freezer bag, and a pot of spaghetti sauce that's cooled down to room temperature, or at least cooled down enough that you won't burn yourself. And the process is this easy. Simply hold your bag open, pour your spaghetti sauce into the freezer bag, squeeze the air out of the bag and seal it up. Then simply place the freezer bag into the FreezeFrame. Allow the spaghetti sauce to spread out evenly. Close the FreezeFrame by snapping it on the 2 latches, and then move it into the freezer. And as you're walking to the freezer, take one last quick look to make sure your bag isn't leaking, and put it in the freezer. What I can show you is the end result. Take your FreezeFrame out of the freezer once it's had time to freeze, open the latches, and pull out your bag of spaghetti sauce. And what you have here is 4 individual servings, or smaller, more manageable servings, that can be removed separately from the FreezeFrame bag and used individually. Your choice. And one other advantage of the FreezeFrame is that if even these portion sizes are too large for you, simply take the same amount of sauce and divide it between 2 bags and put both bags in the FreezeFrame at the same time, and you'll come out with portions that are half this size, but you'll have 8 portions instead of 4. I don't know about you, but when I go to the store and I see something that I use a lot, like chicken breasts on sale, I like to buy as much as I can and freeze them. The problem is, for years, I've frozen them like this. And if I want to have chicken for dinner, I have to thaw the entire package. But there's a better way with the FreezeFrame, and let me show you how that works. Again, all you need is your FreezeFrame, a gallon-sized bag, and a set of chicken breasts. Simply open the gallon bag, place your chicken breasts inside, and then wash your hands. Okay, I've washed my hands, and now I'm going to put the chicken into the FreezeFrame, and here's how I did that. It's the same process as with the spaghetti sauce. Simply press air out of the bag, seal the bag up, and then open your FreezeFrame. You're going to lay the bag into the FreezeFrame, and you're going to move the chicken breasts so that one is in each square of the FreezeFrame. And it doesn't have to be chicken breasts. If you wanted to buy a whole chicken and break it down, you could put the different parts in different sections, and you could also then make chicken stock with the leftover parts of the chicken, and you could freeze the chicken stock into easy to use portions, 4 per FreezeFrame. So once you've got the chicken in each square, simply seal the FreezeFrame and take it to the freezer. Okay, so our chicken had time to freeze. So let's take a look at what we've got. What we have here is 4 individually frozen chicken breasts in a freezer bag. And what we can do now, if it's easier for storage or to do real bulk, is find a large freezer bag, open your freezer bag from the freeze frame, and remove your individually frozen chicken breasts, and simply transfer them to the large bag. Because they're already separately frozen, they're not going to stick together. Then you would seal this bag, put it in the freezer, and you could do another set of chicken breasts, and you even could, if you want, reuse this bag and cut down on the waste that you're creating. So let me wash my hands, I'll seal this up and put it in the freezer. Now I'd like to show you another advantage of the freeze frame, and this is a method of taking advantage of bulk purchasing opportunities again and breaking a large purchase down into more manageable servings that you and your family can use on a daily basis. So what I have here is 4 pounds of ground beef that we purchased at the store because it was on sale, and we're going to use the same process that we've already talked about. You need a freezer bag, the freeze frame, and your meat, and that's it. We will open the bag, take the hamburger out of the tray, and slide it into the bag. I'm going to take just a minute now and wash my hands, and I'll come back and finish the process. Okay, I've washed my hands, so now I can seal up my bag. Only this time I'm going to leave a small gap on the top so that I can spread the hamburger out a little bit. Press it down, then go ahead and squeeze most of the air out, seal it up. We're going to place the bag in the freeze frame. You're going to continue to press down and simply mold the burger into the 4 sections of the freeze frame. Once we've got it in place, press the freeze frame down until it latches, then take it to the freezer. And I can show you some that we've already done. So what I have here is the same package of 4 pounds of ground beef divided into sections. You can simply break them, and now you have 4 sections that are available for use. This is a fantastic thing for people who like to grind their own meat. If you buy a large piece of meat that you want to break down into ground beef, you might have a lot of leftovers that you can't use all at once. This will let you store them in easy to use, family-friendly size portions. So up until now, we've used freezer bags or other sealable bags to do everything with the freeze frame. But that's not all the freeze frame can do. Any food that's generally solid, in this case hamburger, pork chops, or anything else that fish fillets, can actually be frozen individually without using a bag and still gain the same benefits of having bulk food items frozen separately that can then be stored together without clumping together. Let me show you how that works. I've made up some hamburger patties here, and we're going to freeze them separately, and in this case we're doing 8 hamburger patties, and I've got one more here which we'll get out in a second. The first step is to take a piece of cling wrap and lay it down over your freeze frame. Then you will take your hamburger patties and you'll put one down in each section. Just like that. Then take a second piece of cling wrap, lay that down over the top. Place the second patty there. So, take a final piece, burger side down, keep your freeze frame clean. Cover it up. Wash your hands, close the freeze frame, and into the freezer. Now that I've washed my hands, I can close this up, and I hope that you have seen today the advantages of the freeze frame but it can do way more than I've shown you today. If you've got soups or stews, if you have casseroles, pre-prepared dishes, lasagna, anything that you'd like to portion individually or you'd like to keep from clumping together in the freezer, the FreezeFrame is the solution for you. So I'm going to close this up, pop it into the freezer, and enjoy some burgers in the future. And thank you very much for watching, and I hope this has been a help to you, and I hope you will buy the FreezeFrame and use it to save money and save on bags and just make your life a little bit easier.